Welcome to the travel guide of China, the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, Imperial Palace, the Terracotta Army, the Summer Palace, Lai River, Guilin, Chengdu Research Base of giant panda breeding, Yangtze River, and the Three Gorges, and many more. The China tourist places offer an overwhelming adventure, taking the tourists back in the timelines to the cultural and heritage roots of the country. Travelers will get a chance to head out on mysterious destinations and capture glimpses of the oldest treasures of mankind. China offers you to marvel at ancient marketplaces, impeccable old exhibition halls, alluring natural vistas, and beautiful monasteries. Places in China are a source of inspiration as well as admiration for the travelers who have headed out to the magical land in the East. Heading out on a trip to the famous spot of Terracotta Army, you will get to witness around 8,000 life-size warriors, some 500 horses, along with 100 chariots. You can also choose to cruise the Lai River, Guilin, which will let you enjoy the serene ambience and the wonderfully calm waters. While places to visit in China, like Potala Palace, offers you knowledge about the Dalai Lama, Zhangjiajie National Forest Park offers you insights about the sci-fi movie Avatar. China is surrounded by a series of age-old fortifications that were built to protect its borders. These were used as protections by the imperial Chinese states to safeguard themselves from several nomadic groups that were primarily based in Eurasian steppe. Historically speaking, these walls were built in the 7th century and are top among the tourist places in Beijing. The best times to visit the Great Wall around Beijing are spring and autumn to avoid the summer heat and crowds and winter freezing conditions. Spring, April-May in Beijing's mountains is cool/warm, and the green plants and flowers make the Great Wall beautiful. Fall, September-November, is the best hiking season due to the clear weather, allowing you to see the Great Wall snaking off into the distance. The mountains are blanketed by colors of red, golden, yellow, and brown, which sets off the gray and paler Great Wall colors. You can also visit the Great Wall in summer and winter if that would suit you better. Summer is peak season and popular sections get crowded. It's hot with bright sunshine and some downpours. Winter is very cold, even icy, on the Great Wall, but there's almost no crowding. If we're talking about visiting Forbidden City, we cannot leave without mentioning just how wonderful the whole of Forbidden City truly is. Top among the places to visit in Beijing. It is the heart of Beijing, the lifeline of the local folks who have been inhabiting the destination for centuries. This was during the reign of Hangzhou Emperor and his son, Zhu Dai. When Zhu Dai ascended to take the throne over, he moved the Chinese capital from Nanjing to Beijing, and thus, the construction of the Forbidden City began. We advise you to add a literal overview of the Crimson Palace complex, an opportunity overlooked by most travelers or tour groups. Enjoy a bird's-eye view of the palace from Jingshan Park and marvel at its scale and integrated feng shui design. The Forbidden City consists of 980 buildings with more than 8,700 rooms and holds extensive collections of relics. We recommend you include in your tour the main halls, the priceless collections, and some spots with interesting legends and anecdotes. Another beautiful attraction in the lands of China is the countryside in the town of Guilin that is proud to have been blessed with the Lai River. The Lai River is gifted with unique scenery with tall blue mountains, a serene ambience, and the wonderfully calm waters to cruise along. It is known to have attracted many poets, artists, photographers, and other explorers who have thoroughly enjoyed the touch of many fairy tales here. Guilin's splendid landscape of mountains and water is famous throughout the whole country. Both banks of the clear and sparkling waters of the Lai River are lined with strangely shaped boulders and green mountains. You can take a cruise on a bamboo raft. The scenery is absolutely sublime. Guilin's Elephant Trunk Hill, the Two Rivers and Four Lakes scenic spot, and Jingjiang Prince's Palace are the primary scenic spots featuring beautiful surroundings. The Two Rivers and Four Lakes scenic area is also very beautiful at night. The Yangtze section of the Li River is magnificent. There is a large amount of idyllic countryside scenery for you to enjoy. You can ride a bike or go hiking, as the area is quite suitable for both. Positioned upon the 400-foot-high Marpo Ri Hill in the capital city of Lhasa in the Tibet Autonomous Region, Potala Palace is an impressive attraction dating back to the 7th century. Marpo Ri Hill has been considered a sacred place since the early 7th century when it was used by Emperor Songtsen Gampo as a meditation retreat. Later in 637, the emperor built a palace on the hill, which stood until the 17th century when the current structure was built. In 1930, the Dalai Lama had the chapels and assembly halls renovated, as well as adding 2 extra stories. The palace's 130,000 square meters of interior space has a plethora of rooms catering to functions, art collections, administration, and quarters for the Dalai Lama's massive staff. There are numerous temples and chapels on the grounds, with the Saint's Chapel being the holiest shrine. The Saint's Chapel is located on the north side of Potala Palace and has some impressive ancient statues and jewel-encrusted Buddha monuments. The Bund literally means outer beach, is a waterfront area that lies north of the old town of Shanghai. It's one of the most famous scenic spots and a must-see place for tourists in this international city. This stately street is famous for old colonial-era buildings, dozens of historical buildings. There once housed numerous banks, trading houses, consulates, and newspapers from the UK, France, the US, Russia, and many other countries. Zhongshan Road is the central area of the Bund, with the former Shanghai International Settlement. Along the Huangpu River, the Bund once was the financial center of the Far East. It's no wonder that different styles of European buildings can be found there. With 52 buildings of diverse architectural styles, this dazzling area is called the Museum of Buildings. It has become more attractive nowadays because you can have an excellent view of modern skyscrapers in the Pudong district, which are just opposite the Huangpu River. The tremendous contrast between old and modern areas forms the skyline of this fast-changing city. West Lake is the only lake heritage site in China. UNESCO describes it as has influenced garden design in the rest of China as well as Japan and Korea over the centuries, and reflecting an idealized fusion between humans and nature. Located in the west of Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province, covering an area of 6.39 square km. With a perimeter of about 15 kilometers, West Lake is divided into 5 parts by 3 causeways, and it comprises lots of pagodas, temples, pavilions, gardens, causeways, as well as artificial islands. The scenery of West Lake has always been praised by numerous Chinese poets and artists since ancient time for the perfection combination of stunning natural scenery and human culture. The picturesque West Lake has many little attractions spreading around the lake. If you plan to see all of them on foot, you will need 1 or more days. So it's recommended to walk for some time, and then take a bus or car to visit your favorite attractions. No one will deny that Hong Kong has one of the most beautiful skylines in the world. Dominated by Victoria Peak and skyscrapers, Hong Kong's skyline not only represents the natural environment, but also the city's development. In Hong Kong, no matter whether you are in Tsim Sha Tsui, Kowloon, or Hong Kong Island, you will always see mountains on the skyline. The HK government limited the height of buildings, so we can usually admire the skyline with green mountains in the background. Thanks to a wonderfully efficient transportation system, you can spend the morning shopping in the Causeway Bay neighborhood and noshing on dim sum in Sheungwan, before escaping to Big Wave Bay for an afternoon of surf and sun on a tree-lined beach. While exploring Hong Kong Island and the Kowloon Peninsula is as easy as hopping on a ferry, make sure you don't miss a visit to at least one, if not several, of the city's lesser-visited islands. There are 261 islands in total. Lantau Island may be the largest and the easiest to visit, but Lama, Chungchao, and Polin each boast their own often quieter, less touristy feel. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.